Hello everyone. In today's video, I'll be talking about Binance Smart Chain, or which is now popularly known as BSC. And if you're feeling really overwhelmed these days about hearing about all these new projects which are coming up in BSC, then let me assure you that you're not alone because it's the same feeling for most of us when we keep hearing about the new projects which are coming up on Binance and which are claimed to be better than the Ethereum-based DeFi projects, which have become very difficult for retail investors because of the high Ethereum gas fees, which is currently there, and it does not make any sense to pay a fees of about $100 for a simple basic transactions. So that's why all the popular DeFi platforms which I was earlier using, like Uniswap, Harvest Finance, Aave, or Compound, I've not been able to use during the last couple of months because it does not make sense to uh, pay $100 fee to claim a dividend, which would be something around $40 or $50. So I was a bit skeptical in the initial phases of when Binance Smart Chain was launched, and I did not try it for some time because I thought it'll be just a passing fad which would not last and it'll not be something very serious or worth my time. But after I heard a lot of positive reviews from some people I know, I decided to give it a shot. And through this video, I just wanted to share with you how has been the uh, initial experience so far. And if you already have some experience of using the Ethereum-based DeFi platforms like Uniswap or SushiSwap, then I think it will not be very complicated for you, and it'll just probably take a few minutes for you to get started with that. So the first step for you to start using these Binance Smart Chain based platforms, which basically run on BNB, which is the native token of Binance, and that's the key difference between BSC and Ethereum-based platforms. So the first step for you would be to configure your MetaMask because, as you know, MetaMask is central for using any of the DeFi platforms on Ethereum. It's the same for Binance Smart Chain. In a way, it's good because they've used the same process, so it makes it easier for people to get the hang of it. So to configure your MetaMask so it supports Binance Smart Chain, you'll need to go to the settings sections on MetaMask. I'll include the link of this document which Binance has provided in their site. So once you open the setting, you'll have the option to add a new network, and then you will have to enter the specific details about Binance Smart Chain. What is the specific RPC URL? What's the chain ID? What's the symbol? And the Block Explorer link. And once you have saved it, you would see that your MetaMask would show zero balance. It will not show any coins because you would have moved from your Ethereum mainnet to Binance mainnet, so it will not show any of your ERC20 tokens. So if I go to my current MetaMask, now that I've started playing around with some of the BSC platforms, I have some BNB lying there and some other uh, BEP20 tokens. BEP20 tokens are basically the counterparts in Binance for the ERC20 tokens, which were there for Ethereum. So you would see some BNB, some BUSD, BDO, the cake. And if I just change from Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum mainnet, I would come back to my Ethereum wallet and I'll be able to see all the tokens which I have there, like Ethereum, DAI, and Uni, and so on. So let me go back to Binance Smart Chain. And one thing you need to keep in mind is that the address would remain the same. And as you select the mainnet, you would switch between Binance and Ethereum mainnets. And once you have your MetaMask configured to include the Binance Smart Chain, you should transfer some BNB first because BNB is the core token which you'll need for interacting with all the Binance Smart Chain based platforms. So I would recommend using Binance because it's very easy to use because it gives you clear options to select whether you're making a BEP20 transfer, which is supported by Binance Smart Chain, or ERC21 for Ethereum. Or in case you don't have Binance or you cannot use Binance, then you should use any wallet that support transactions through BEP20, which is required for Binance Smart Chain. So the first thing you'll notice is that if you try to withdraw BNB from Binance, it'll give you two options: Binance Chain BEP2 and Binance Smart Chain BEP20. So this is important to keep in mind that whenever you're interacting with your MetaMask for sending funds so you can work on the Binance Smart Chain platforms, always select the option of BEP20. And here, as you can see, that each transaction would just take some cents rather than the heavy ETH fee you used to have to pay. And this difference would even get bigger because once you have some BNB stored, I now send most of my funds through BUSD, which is the Binance-based stablecoin. And here the difference becomes even more stark because you'll notice that for using the same or sending the same token BUSD on Ethereum, it would cost me $10 flat fee. And for sending it on Binance Smart Chain, this transaction would be free. There would be not even a cent involved in this transaction. And once you have some funds moved to your MetaMask, you can start interacting with the different BSC platforms. The first platform you should try out is probably Pancake, Pancake Swap, because this is very similar to Uniswap because they had basically cloned the Uniswap code to create the structure for this site. So you'll find the layout and how to use it very similar. And you'll have the same set of options, like you can exchange the tokens with the BNB or BUSD you have. You can convert it to any of the popular tokens which are supported by the BSC platform. And you also have the options to provide liquidity through the transaction pairs like BNB, BUSD, or any of the other coins. And you'll also see a set of farms where you can generate some yield, and as well as you'll have some pools where you can add liquidity. And for example, you'll see a lot of new coins which you might not have been familiar with before. And the native token for Pancake is Cake token. So for most of the pools you'll see here, you'll need to stake this Cake token, and you will receive the rewards in these token pools which you see here. And slowly during the last couple of weeks, Pancake Swap is gaining a lot of popularity, and currently I think it's the most popular platform running on Binance Smart Chain. And this is also the reason why during the last month there has been such a high run up in the price for the native Cake token, as well as, of course, the BNB uh, coins. And I think just a month back or so, this Cake token was worth probably just $1 or so, and it is already over $10 now. There are many more platforms which have come up in Binance Smart Chain, and but you need to be very careful in selecting them because you must have heard in the news that many of them are just scams, and many of them have that rug pull incidents where all the funds just disappear. So you need to be very careful. I think Pancake Swap is a good option to start with because it's looking at the other options. The risk here is definitely lower, and it's more reliable and secure. And once you get the hang of working on BSC, you should try out the other platforms. There are some other platforms as well, which I think are pretty decent, like AutoFarm, Goose Finance, and BDollar. And in the next set of videos, I'll be covering them in more details. And I'm assuming that you are already familiar with using DeFi platforms, so it should not be too complicated. But in case you have any doubts or you want to share any comments or feedback, do let me know in the comments. Thank you.